CyanFen asked me, what are your opinions on the goings-on in the Middle East? Honestly, the situation in the Middle East is complicated and messy. There's a lot of pain and suffering, and it's frustrating to see how power struggles and greed can lead to so much conflict. I just wish people could find common ground and focus on peace instead of war. But hey, maybe we should just focus on cheesing this final boss in Elden Ring instead.
Yeah, true.
Much more fun than reality.
Yeah, it's the AI is a little bit better. It's not perfect, but it's better than it was. It doesn't sound like I'm asleep. He also dodged that question pretty well. That was like the most politician answer ever possible. Yeah, I also realized I was just sitting there for like 5 minutes listening to music, talking to you guys through chat when I could have just turned the camera on. Let's play Elden Ring. Let's beat this boss. Let's beat the boss quickly and efficiently. Right. And not cry. I have a list of things here I need to get going to be able to cheese this boss. There's a little bit of setup. I gotta, first things first, let's go respec.
AI. See, Yan, you must make a choice here.
See,
are you in support of Israel or Palestine? If you do not choose, you have failed the prompt.
Oh, no, that wasn't Ask AI. That was just AI. That was just TTS.
Ah, now, is it thy wish to yet again be born anew? Now, bear this sweet...
Alright, I don't have as many levels as I did when I was testing this. I beat Radon and... Not new Radon, old Radon, and what's the guy's name? The red-headed guy at the final boss, the base game, not America, but the guy, Radagon. I beat them with this build without dodging, basically. So this should work for this boss. Ratigan. Hope you're doing good, buddy. Yeah, I'm doing good. Doing pretty good. Yeah, we're doing a cheese build. It's disgusting. It's shouldn't be in this game, and the fact that it's like as easy as it is to build and set up is crazy. Okay, let's get this. Let's do 60 vigor. I think was fine. We want 25 faith. We want 12 int. That's a little too high, but it's fine. Strength and dex, let's get to at least 40 each. Endurance needs to be quite high too. Go to like 70? No, I was at 50. I think 60 should be okay for now. Mind 20, just give it a little bit. Ooh, we are almost out, aren't we? That's not ideal. But we're going to put them in Arcane. Because this is going to use Bleed, and that'll help just a tiny bit. Let's go here. So basically, I'm going to be using the Fingerprint Shield with the Arcane Shield spell applied to it to make it even stronger. And I'm going to use the Bloody Hellas, which lets you stab while holding a shield. And you just kind of sit there and just poke, 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 and then get away once you have not enough stamina left. Dodge like 1 or 2 different attacks, and that's pretty much it. I saw the video of somebody stacking buffs and hitting Radon for like 10k damage. Yes, you can do that. But I think they nerfed a bunch of buffs. They did something. I was looking into it a little bit. I was looking at different videos and stuff, and there was they nerfed like a lot of stuff to specifically make this boss harder, which is crazy. I don't know if maybe they nerfed some of the DLC weapons because they needed balancing anyways, but no, those aren't. Wait, what? No, those aren't spoilers. Not the spoilers equals ban thing is spoiling me on the DLC. I mean, if you're being a dick and spoiling other people, like if someone's watching this stream, you can't spoil the last boss of the main game for them because they like without words they have said that they're okay with the game being spoiled. They're watching like post-game content. You shouldn't be here if you haven't beaten the game and you are bothered by being spoiled by the game. Having a final boss in the title is warning enough. Yeah, basically. Jokers, you said spoilers equals ban, so I said, oh, I got you. I get it. I'm a little slow. Okay. I have to... Ooh. I have to get a little bit, tanky here. A lot of it tanky. I need... They're like... What are they called? Oh wait, I have it over here. Knights of the Cavalry, I think? Knights Cavalry? Yeah. I got a list over here. This is half my build and half somebody else's. There's the Moog one. Okay. This build is heavy load or mid? It is mid, I believe. It should be. Actually, we'll see. Because I didn't have enough strength or enough points to dump into strength. We'll see. I might use some runes and pump some extra into strength. I should be fine with heavy anyways. Thank you, Jube, for the 5 months. Wow, it's already 5 months. Damn. I don't even have the strength for this. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to fix that. Could always rune arc too. That gives 5 levels. And that'll get us really close. I need Bloody Hellas, which I think is a rapier. I made sure that I had all this stuff too, but I didn't just I didn't want to have to go get it. I can't use this one either. Oh, I don't have the arcane for it. Okay, we'll also fix that. I should have paid more attention to the actual hard requirements before respecing. Bloody Hellas, I need a staff. Any staff is fine. Sure, I'll use... Wait, do any of these boost... Ooh, no, Glint Blade is different than Glint Stone, right? I don't think it matters. We'll use the Astrologers because it's already boosted up to high. And then we also need a seal. There we go, that'll work. Bloody Hellas, staff, seal, fingerprint shield. I also need... Yeah, okay, let's go just spend... Oh my god, I'm a tank already. Look at that. Go up on some runes. Yeah, I should have... I'm just going to use all of them. Because I don't think I'm going to be using this account to play the game anymore. There we go. I really wish I didn't make you leave the menu every time you use one of these. I have all these remembrances too that I could use. If I need them. I'm actually really surprised. Actually, Bloody Hellas might not need... I might not need the arcane levels for that. It might still be able to proc bleed. That's the only thing that really matters. And I can still use the weapon, and I just can't use the weapon art without the arcane levels, I'm pretty sure. Oh, we should be fine. I already have like an insane amount of runes. I've heard that the sunflower weapon is actually pretty cool. It's like a big flower hammer. Oh. Wait, how did I get... I don't know. I pressed the wrong bumper, I guess. I'm about to now. 615,000. It's actually might not be enough. Worst case scenario, I guess I could farm a little bit. I would rather not, but it's an option. 600k. Yeah, it's not enough though. It's only like 2 levels. I need like 6 levels. I might just respec again. How did I get what am I doing? I also have all the remembrances, like I was saying. I think I'll probably use those because I don't think I'm going to be using any of those weapons this playthrough. I'm probably, like I said, I'm probably going to be like just basically deleting this. Why do I keep going to crafting? What am I doing? Basically deleting the save, or not deleting, but overwriting, not using whatever, for whatever future playthroughs I do. I do kind of want to do a randomizer run sometime on stream, a use what you see randomizer run specifically, and have either a mod or just like cheat in items or cheat in smithing stones and runes and stuff. But I want it to, if I level up a weapon to like +2, I want every weapon that I find in the future to be also +2 instead of having to start from +0 again over and over again, like every time I find a new weapon. Because use what you see basically means every time you pick up something new, a new piece of armor, a new weapon, a new spell, you have to equip it. Yeah, I'm not going to have enough for this. I'm going to use these remembrances. But the fun thing about the randomizer is that like you can just grab these crazy boss weapons like early game and get lucky and have them for a little while. How much pasta should I make? How much... Oh, what kind of pasta and for how many people? Uh, 800 and... This one, no, I'm not going to use. 30k? These are shit. What the hell? They must have kind of nerfed what you get from the DLC bosses. Yeah, these are awful. Damn, that sucks. I'm gonna have to farm a little bit or just respec, like I said. I'll probably start with the respec. That's what I get for spamming. I'm probably gonna have like 200k left over that I'm gonna lose too. Alright, I need 3 strength levels, I know that. It's all I can do. I'm gonna try this. I think it's fine. I don't think I need the arcane. Though, hang on. Do I have the farming weapon? If I have it, I'm gonna go grab enough just to level up one more time. I don't remember what category of weapon it is. I think it's a great sword. I don't think I have it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a great sword. It's the one that you get from beating the Elden Beast. I could never recognize it from its handle, though. I always have to see... It's not that one, right? No. I may have... There it is. Never mind. I got it. Let's go upgrade this and all the other stuff that I need to upgrade to. Actually, maybe I could just use the soul of the runes on upgrading things because I forgot how to do that. Let's upgrade... Let's go back to Bloody Hellas somewhere in here. No, that's Reduvia. Similar looking though. There it is. I think this is a somber, yeah. And then we'll upgrade. No, staff's fine. Seal doesn't need it. Shield. I mean, might as well, right? Block a little bit more physical. I mean, it's already going to block all the damage pretty much, but... Jesus. I didn't realize that this... I forgot that it went to 25. I was like, why is there so many levels? That one, and then... all I need. Okay, so then I'll do this one too, so I can get some souls. I want to again not lose 200k going in there in case I do have to farm. I don't know if you guys know about this farming spot, but it's crazy. That's the wrong place. Chicken garlic tortellini. Ooh. Half a cup is good for one person tortellini. Yeah, probably half a cup. I would probably do a cup personally so that I could just eat what I want and then put the rest in the fridge and then like eat it later. Cheesy and spicy glizzies. I'm gonna go cook those for you. Nice. Wait, cheesy and spicy glizzies? Oh, I need to. Yeah, there we go. This is absolutely the best way to farm runes. Well, you have to beat the game to do it, so it's understandable, but it's just such an insane attack. I don't know. It does so much damage for how incredibly just ungodly huge it is. 2,000 damage. And it's like 34k runes per run. At least. Just insane. Like, why does it go that far? I don't understand. Also, in case I didn't make it clear, I should have put it in the title probably. This is going to be a pretty short stream. We're just going to be beating the boss and then watching like a 30-minute video. It's going to be maybe... Yeah, I don't know. If I get distracted like hard or if the boss is harder than I thought, it's going to be like a 2-hour stream tops. No, don't need to apologize for being late. How's it going, Deganon? Welcome back. I think that should be enough to level up. I'm just getting my cheese build set up here. Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. And then more arcane. So use a rune arc and just double check. Make sure the shield's fine. The lore vid from Gingy? No, it's from Vati. It's his, like, 35 revelations that the DLC gave us, or whatever. So this is the magic. Oh, hey, actually, I need the spells. It's important. Get rid of that one. I need the shield, and I need Golden Vow. Got my Mimic tier. Okay. So what you can do is, with the Bloody Hellas, you can block and stab at the same time. And it's crazy. Alright, let's try this. I can never remember which one of these it is. First Rise, no, that's the one. Who's Gingy? I don't think I've heard of Gingy. The main ones I know are Smotown, Vati, Tarnished Archaeologist. There's like Zuli that is kind of lore, kind of mechanics, and then there's Illusory Wall that's mostly mechanic based. It's like one or two others. I can't remember the name of them. I don't remember Gingy though. I might have seen them. I'm sure I've seen their videos. I've watched a lot of Souls lore. Don't really want to pull that person in. I'm gonna just go just with the regular strat here. Yeah, let's just do it. Wish me luck. So you just have to back off every once in a while so that you don't run out of stamina. This is the only thing you can't dodge, or that you can't block. But it does give you time to do this. Kind of. Oh, shit. But yeah, you can see how incredibly effective this is already. Oh, the stamina though. Oh boy. At least I have decent okay dodges sometimes. It's gonna take a couple attempts. It might not be first try, but I want to watch this again because there's something I noticed watching people fight this to see how to do it. Mikola has 4 arms, like Ronnie, and I don't understand why. I thought that she had those because she was a doll, but that there might be some other significance between that, or not between. Regarding that, I don't know. I can't talk today. I wasn't planning on streaming, so my brain, like, it just is dumb. Did she graft? I think it's a he.
At long last you are returned.
But I don't know. They're half siblings, I know that, but like Melania doesn't have 2 or 4 arms. Melina doesn't have 4 arms.
Tarnished one. Aspiring lord of the old order.
Yeah, look at that 4 arms.
If you grieve for this world.
Still in genetics, maybe. But Randy's burnt body, I guess it's not really super clear because she's like destroyed and burnt, but because there's like 2 real arms here and then 2 ghost arms. It must just be something about
And my promised
divinity.
Radon.
Nope. Hang on. I gotta use this one more time. Please let me block. Okay, I got it. Oh shit. Just completely blocked that. It's crazy. Christ. He does knock you down sometimes still, even with the shield, but doesn't hurt you very much. God damn, I think you're supposed to jump on that attack, apparently. That's what I've been told. Okay. These are going to be the other problem, though.
1,000-year voyage guided by compassion.
That if I get grabbed twice, I think it's just insta-kill. So what I really need is I need my Mimic to take over sometimes and eat one of those for me. That's stamina gone. That's crazy. I gotta pay attention to that. Shit, I have to just block. Yeah, that's fine. It actually blocks an incredible amount of damage from that attack. It's otherwise like just one hit. Almost. I can still get comboed out. It's still a thing that can happen, but... Where is he? What the fuck happened? Where is he? What the fuck? What the fuck was that? I was looking around, he wasn't anywhere. I thought maybe he was doing the meteor thing, which he did apparently, but what the fuck? I just realized that's the chick that jumped into the fire. That it is not, no. This is, so the chick that jumps into the fire is Melina, which is Mikola's sister, probably. And Mikola is a guy, which also kind of invalidates that. He's a demigod who was cursed to, like, infinite youth, basically. Like, he can't grow up. That's why he's kind of girlish, I guess? I don't know. I was going to use the word nubile, but that, I don't know, that word has been ruined by nubile films for me. It seems dirty. Right. I gotta remember how to actually play. I almost just jumped in twice without applying my buffs. Twinkish, there you go. Femboy. John-like. God damn it. Throwing. Throwing. Oh my god. Okay, I need to get the bubble going. I think that's going to help a little bit at the beginning. I just need to not be dog shit. It's funny that even with like the hardest cheese build in the game, I'd still just... it's hard. So Moog was protecting him because he was in love with him. I'm very sure it said in the base game. Yes, Moog... It's not that he was in love with him. I think he wanted the marriage for power. But... Mikola and... So Moog is... I actually don't know... Who's Moog's dad? Moog's dad is Radagon, right? I think Moog and Morgott. I think they're the two youngest. So yeah, I guess Moog would have been his brother, but Radon is also his half brother, which is, I don't know. Who's Moog's dad? Hang on. Godfrey. Okay. So Horalu. They're the oldest, actually, apparently. Not Ratman? Wait, what do you mean Ratman? Radon. Yeah, well, they're both siblings. Radon is the son of America and Renala, right? Or no, America and fucking Radagon. I need to start getting closer. Wait, why did that one hurt me so much? What the fuck? Oh, right, because you have to dodge this one. Mimic. I'm gonna die. Yep. Okay, whatever. I just need to be better. But either way, it's all incest. It's all gay incest. That's kind of why I have this. That's why it's my starting soon screen. I need to learn how to dodge that big meatball attack better. Because that's the one that's fucking me up. I also might just want to do this. Just RNG the first attack. Yeah, there we go. That's actually the play for sure. So if he's not hyper aggressive, then it's better to just have Mimic out. I think. I'm worried that Mimic's gonna die too fast, but I don't think that'll happen. Holy shit. Yeah, that's okay, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to run and then jump at the end. It's like a Moog attack. It's so weird. It sucks. My nose is really itchy right now, but I can't do anything about it. Okay, there we go. Oh, huge bleed. Oh my god. The Wonder Wubs pre-ordered the deluxe edition. I'm just gonna tank this. It's fine. I do need to get this back on though. Shit. Shit. God damn it, get away from me, please, for a second. Oh, fuck. Oh, you... Okay, I think that's fine. I wish I could skip through this like a cutscene.
Guided by compassion.
Go on my Mimic, please. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Christ, dude. I don't know how you're supposed to fight this guy legitimately, like not cheating cheating in a cheaty way. I don't know, I can't talk. I'm distracted by giant meatballs. I'm scared. I need those bleeds. What the fuck's going on? What was that? Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. I have to run, I think, and block. Oh, fuck. Okay. Such a horseshit attack. Like, I don't know. There's there's a lot of bosses in this DLC that are just... I think I'm dead now, right?
The old order. Let us go together.
Yeah, that's so dumb. It's fucking horseshit mechanics. What are you doing, FromSoft? It's like somebody was on coke when they made this fight, and they just put every single mechanic in the game in it, including things that don't exist already. But anyways, this DLC, there's so many bosses that they have attacks that take up the entire arena, and there's not really anything you can do about it. And I like, maybe you can jump, maybe you can dodge, but like I don't know. Timing is pretty ass. I really do just have to get lucky though. If he uses the grab too many times, you just are dead. It's guaranteed. You killed him the only ways with gay incest. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll talk about it again this time. I think, please don't use your, okay, you're gonna do it anyways. Fuck you. And you're using meatballs right off the bat. That's crazy. I dodged it. Oh, wow, okay. I think I need to be a little better at backing off when my stamina's like around half. That way I can get some guaranteed, you know, not getting fucked over. Yeah, there we go. That gives me breathing room to kind of let him stop attacking for a second, and then I can dodge away and regen my stam. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Should heal up, might as well. Oh, he's doing the grab. Okay, that's good. I think that has a cooldown on it, if I remember correctly. Damn. Again? Okay. Never mind, it doesn't have a cooldown, I guess.
1,000-year voyage.
I gotta, if he's
by
like
compassion.
jumping up like this and shooting out with his fucking arms, I gotta dodge, I guess. Really though, I want my Mimic to tank most of it. Okay, we're doing pretty fucking good right now. We just got another bleed off on him. That's...
Lord of the old order.
FromSoft,
Let us go
what are you
together.
doing? Why do you have a one-hit mechanic? Why? Why?
That's so frustrating. I like almost broke my mic just now. Why the fuck is this in the game? Love the Heartstall mechanic IMO. I mean, I think one of my least favorite things about every FromSoft game, and actually every Souls-like game, is grabs, because they don't telegraph them well, and half the time you try to dodge out of them, it grabs you anyways. They're just always kind of broken feeling. I love good enemies to lover story, but I think it should be able to happen the first encounter, never again. Yeah. Yep. I think it should take more than just two. Two is crazy. I actually, you know what? I guarantee, considering it takes 2 and not 3, I bet you that when they were developing it, or even like at the very beginning when the DLC first came out, that it was just 1. If you get grabbed once, you're dead. But just get him down to halfway, let the cutscene play out, and basically run away. Well, he tails after your Mimic. Yeah, but the problem is that I think the Mimic can also get 1 hit by that attack if it gets grabbed twice. I just need better RNG. I think that's really what it comes down to. Good for you, dude. my god. Shit. Okay, he's got meatballs. He's not attacking me. I'm good to just run in. I almost grabbed my souls for no reason. No, the stamina. The fact that the little like beams of light just kind of land wherever the fuck they want is crazy for this phase. Like, yeah, they you know, they have a telegraph for like half a second, maybe a quarter second, but that's it. Is that on me? Oh, that's actually a really consistent way to dodge that. Damn. Shit. Oh my god. Fuck, dude. What the fuck is he doing? I feel like the Mimic isn't doing anything. I think he's just standing in the corner cowering. This was supposed to be like a maybe 2 or 3 attempts thing. I can't believe how hard it is even with this build. It's insane. It'd be impossible to dodge on PC running lower frame rates. Yeah, it's... They have to fix this boss. They really do. This boss is essentially dead content until they fix it, which is crazy. I also heard that I haven't watched the trailer for this game, so it'll be fine for me. But I heard that the cutscene that you get after this is basically the entirety of it is in the trailer, which is wild to me. He fucking loves that attack. Thank God I have the bubble. Hate that shit. I don't like that one because when I have my shield down to regen stamina, he can just pull me in and do a ton of damage. Even though it's a cheese build, it does still take knowing how the game works, unfortunately. You cocksucker. I don't know how I dodged all that. Ooh, nice. What the fuck was that? What hit me so hard just now? I don't understand. It's fucking dude. Can't even move. I can't even fucking move. I can't believe this guy's summoning me, or not summoning. I can't believe he's frustrating me this much with this build. It's crazy. Summon somebody in so they can take all the hits while you stab them. Actually, I might summon the NPC. That's actually not a bad idea. I don't like they reused a boss for the final boss of the DLC. I wouldn't say it's reused. I mean, it's not reused the same way that other bosses are reused, I don't think. It's a reused character, not a reused, like, boss encounter. But yeah, it's not the best feeling. I understand. It would have been more interesting if you... There's 3 phases. First phase is Radahn. Second phase is Radahn with Mikla on his back. And then third phase is Radahn, or Mikla alone as, like, some sort of, like, deity type thing. Or, like, fucking what's a boss? Is it the Dragon King or the huge dragon that you're fighting like just its upper torso in Demon Souls? Something huge like that, where he's like just a big god, like on the edge, like the archway crumbles down and he's just there and he's like fighting his arms and head and stuff. Something like that would just be, I don't know, better than what it is. All right, I got my rune arc.
Don J. Jaming asked me, Hi Kayan, what do you think about the promised consort Radon boss fight? A lot of people are disappointed.
What does it
Honestly,
know?
that fight can be a bit of a mixed bag. Some folks love the epic scale and the lore behind Radon, while others feel that the mechanics just
How does the fucking AI know? Is it listening to stream and like
frustrating
learning?
when the boss doesn't live up to the hype. Especially in a game like Elden Ring that has so many awesome battles. But hey, at least we get to cheese it and make it a little easier. Right? If they really...
I'm actually like really impressed with Tenji's ability to
They should just
like
summon
no
legendary
context
monsters
without
and let them do
context being given. Also, look at how low Thalier's health is. Yeah, I'm thinking Thalier is not the play, because not only are they not helping like at all, but they're gonna die quickly. Oh no, I guess they have Estus or something. But they're just gonna make second phase longer, which gives him more opportunities to grab me. But it also does give more opportunities for him to grab someone else. So I guess we'll see. Okay, so he glows and then jumps. That if he starts glowing, I gotta get out of there, like behind him or something. I didn't realize he glows. But with the poison proc on there from Thalier, that should theoretically cause him to target Thalier pretty often. Maybe that's why he was almost dead earlier. And now he is dead. Cool. God damn it. Yeah, this is bad. Still targeting him. That's funny. What's happening? Whenever he does that big glowing attack, I never know what the fuck's going on. The one where he like makes a bunch of clones of himself. Shit. Where's my Mimic? What the fuck is he doing? Okay, I have to face the center of that, otherwise I take a ton of damage. Bleed, big bleed. I'm gonna let my... Never mind, I was gonna say I'm gonna let my Mimic take over for a second, but it's fucking not happening. Oh, he's doing the full, the dog shit. Oh my god, why? There he is. Cool, cool. Just turn the whole screen yellow, and I can't do. Like, what am I supposed to dodge or attack or block? Like, I can't fathom how this got past playtesting. I don't understand it. I really just don't. Does Tenji use a vision model or just a text model? I'm pretty sure it's just text. It knows like my title and my like some information that I gave it, but like I don't understand how it knows context of like the game. Maybe it just knows Elden Ring, so it's like looking up the lore. I could also imagine that it's talking about the final boss of the base game, not actually this one. I'm not going to use Thalier this time. I think the extra health was detrimental. I keep doing that. So sorry for suggesting that, because technically speaking, we would have been able to kill him, didn't summon him. No, it's fine. It's not a big deal. It'll happen. I'm not worried that it's, like, impossible in any other way, but... just RNG. It really is. Oh, I want this. That common attack that he does, though, is like just dog water. It's such unbelievable bullshit. Wow. Okay. I shouldn't have dodged, I think. I wish my Mimic would block or something during that. Wish he was smart enough. I didn't even press right trigger. That was weird. What? The stomp hits through the shield, I guess? How are you missing? That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. How do you get away from it? How do you do it? How do you do it? How do you have to iframe it? I don't understand. I was like next to him, but he just turns anyways. Okay, you can't hit him when he's doing that, I guess. Mimic tier, you want to do anything? He's gonna die again. Oh my fucking god, dude. I can't even get stamina back. Oh, you can just run far enough away. Interesting. It's good to know, I guess.
Lord of the Old Order.
Can I just uninstall the game? Can we just go to the lore? This is such... I fucking hate this boss. This boss is ruining the entire DLC for me, which is such a shame because the DLC was so good. It was so good. If it wasn't for that one attack, I think I would be a little bit more okay with this, especially with this cheese strat. Trying to beat it by pulling up a YouTube video, I just can't. It would gnaw away at me. If I run out of rune arcs, then maybe. I'm gonna try something that I saw in a video that said not to summon in your Mimic until he does the meteor attack, because you do have time to summon him. And it also keeps him alive a little bit longer. It just sucks that I can't... There's nothing I can really do about the grab. This is a meatball. Okay. So jump and then immediately mimic. God damn it. Wrong flask. Oh, okay. Oh, I actually got it off. What? That's crazy. Bleed. There. Oh, that was a... Did you see that? That was a double bleed. I think somehow we both hit him in like the same frame and it caused him to bleed 2 times, I swear. Meatballs, meatballs, meatballs. Meatballs always remind me, like every time I even see or a meatball or hear the word meatball, it always reminds me of the scene from fucking Masters of Disguise where he just like kind of goes catatonic and starts mimicking the guy. Oh! I did it somehow. Now if I could just get in close enough to hit him. I'm thinking the meteors are... Yeah, okay. Where is he? Where's he gonna be? There he is. Block, just block. I almost broke my mic. I hit it so hard that it stayed muted, even though I... What the fuck do you do? How is it... I was blocking, and I just get... What do you do? What did I do? I think I broke something. No, I'm okay. That pissed me off so much. That was such a good run. Can you fight while I cook? Or can you pause the fight while I cook? No, I can't. I'm not doing that. Sorry. Mikola's Great Room removes the debuff you get from being grabbed by resetting you. Interesting. That doesn't actually... That does help. But it doesn't, because I have to have this rune arc in order to use this shield. I don't know what you're supposed to do, but I might need to look up that meteor phase, or maybe you just gotta kill him fast enough? I don't get it, dude. If you get grabbed, use the rune. Wait, isn't the rune... Isn't it something you equip, though? I thought it was like a great rune that you equip. Or is it just a consumable? I kind of wish this was Mog or something instead of Radon. That way I could use the, like, shackle. Like, imagine if Mikola actually planned for Mog to kidnap him. God damn it, I got blindsided by that so hard. Meatballs? Jump. Mimic. You would use that attack. Which is consumable? Okay. How big do you think Radon is? He changes sizes all the time. It's kind of annoying. You're talking about his, like, dick. I'm gonna change these. I'm gonna swap these. That way I don't have to switch back each time. Does anybody know what to do during the meteor phase? Could a cheese that might work for the meteor? I would love it. Do we just run to the edge? If that's all you need, then I'll do it. I've been thinking about trying that. Oh, I didn't use these. Shit. Damn it. Did I not change the order of these? I didn't. I fucked it up. Whatever. Swimming jump cancels attack and drops him down. What? How? Are you sure that's not patched? Night ads, yeah. Sorry. You can blame Twitch on that one for sure. Okay, I got the second phase without even... Alright. We're doing Mimic now. Heal. Okay, you're not going to use your fucking attack? What are you doing? What the fuck, dude? Now he's using it. What the hell? That's just some bullshit, but it's fine. It's not a huge deal. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Being far away makes that way easier to dodge. Damn. Oh, fuck. I was looking at chat for some reason, and I ran out of stamina. I'm fine. Go open the sky, you weird bitch. So spam jump, you said? I lived. It's over. We're good. I think you just have to not be in the center of the arena. I think that's really it. Holy fuck. Unless I get absolutely cucked by some bullshit, this is the run. Also, Mimic's doing great too. He's distracting him. He has health. He's not almost dead. One more bleed. Okay, I gotta be careful with the stamina. Meatballs? It's fine. Easy. Here it comes. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We're okay. There's literally no way he can do that again before I hit him one more time. Mimic, what are you doing? Where are you? Oh, he's right on his ass. Never mind. There we go. Oh my god, what an awful, awful experience. Holy shit. Also, perfect timing with the ad ending. Are you supposed to do this fight without a shield? Dunno. I really don't know. I actually genuinely... There's like 3 viable builds for this boss. I was looking, again, I was looking up to see how people were fighting him like regularly. 95% of the videos I saw or people talking about it said respec. You have to respec and do a different build because not all builds are viable, which is horseshit. It's never how, ever how it should be. And I was talking about other bosses before, like how do you fight this boss with a dagger? Like what if you're a dagger build? What do you do? Or bare hand or fists or whatever. What do you do here? Like those ones, like maybe yeah if you're a god, but here I think it's impossible. I think it's actually impossible. Remembrance of a god and a lord. Remembrance of her dawn, consort of Mikola, hewn into the shadow tree. The power of its namesake can be unlocked, blah blah blah. In their childhood, Mikola saw Radon as a lord, his strength and his kindness that stood in stark contrast with their afflicted selves. And so Mikola made his heartfelt wish that Radon would one day be king consort. It's like not even, that's like shit lore. It's already like, it's kind of obvious based on what we've just been shown. How do I get up here? Do I not go up there? Oh wait, what? Spiral Rise is not in the arena, right? This structure looks a lot like the one that's over here. This thing. Maybe I need to go here. Also, I looked up the lore implications of this, or like not the lore. Sorry, I looked up the like gameplay. Like, is there anything to do here? Nothing. It's just shadow tree fragments. There's this huge area behind this boss. It's just for shadow tree fragments. There's no like. It's just a lore thing. Which I don't know. Kind of feels like unfinished content to me, or scrapped content maybe. Oh, there it is. This look at how this is so hard to see. I mean, I guess from the grace, it's not that hard to see, but from where I was, it blended in very well. Also, 500k runes is crazy. I look silly. Fuck it. It's weird not having a face mask on. I forgot what my guy looked like. Alright, let's see the cutscene.
honor our part of the vow. Promise me you'll be my consort.
He's dead. I killed him. Cry about it. If that's it, okay.
Make the world a gentler place.
Again, still, I said this last stream when I was fighting him, I kind of wish that I could just walk in and be like, hey, good job. I'm leaving now. Like, do your thing. I believe in you. There's no way that's the end. Are you kidding me? There has to be Elden Ring 2. If there's not, that sucks. I hope they do like a Tears of the Kingdom kind of thing where it's like either, I think Tears of the Kingdom, I haven't played it yet, so don't spoil it or anything, but I think it's like in the future, or it's either the future or the past that there's like a bunch of different shit going on. I hope they do that here too. I don't know. Who knows? Probably not. The circle of light which adorned Mikla's head as he returned in divine aspect has begun to fade into nothingness. Slightly, I love how it's slightly, boosts intelligence, faith, and arcane, while also boosting the power of Mikla's light. The circle was said to be the very foundation upon which Mikla's age of compassion would be built, should it ever come to pass. And this is this isn't even a new ending for the base game. Tears of the Kingdom takes place in the future, but there's a time element to it. Okay. Direct sequel. Oh yeah, I knew it was a sequel. I just didn't know if it was like, well, I guess I didn't know if it was a sequel or a prequel. I knew it was in the same world, like same map and universe and whatever. Oh wait, wrong way. I love how everyone in here is just like either dead, paralyzed, or just like just utterly depressed. There's two separate swords? Oh, I see. These were in his possession immediately before his triumph over the stars, the swords of a lord who does not rely on physical strength and gravity alone. Same lore for that. The strength of Mikla upon his deific return, wielded as an incantation, annihilates foes with a pillar of light. Mikla sought to accept all that was and would be, has found... Wait, oh, but found one that refused to be embraced. I didn't want to fight him. No wonder, as one god and one kingsort is all the world needs. Whatever. Alright. I guess lore time. You talked about Zelda? Yeah. Welcome back. I should probably play... I've played Breath of the Wild before. Actually, I didn't never beat it. I don't know. I actually played... I think I played twice. And both times I beat every divine beast except for the one in the desert. Which is dumb. I stopped at the same point in both of them. I probably should beat it. I'll probably beat it off stream. And then maybe I'll play Tears of the Kingdom on stream. That's a long fucking game, though. Fenderblight's a real fucker. Is that his name? All right. I'm going to try to... I might pause this a lot, so don't get mad at me. If you want to watch the video, just go watch the video. Because I'm going to be... I don't want to just pop this on and kind of have my eyes glaze over and sit here and watch this. I mean, as much as I would do that, you know, off stream, lay on the couch like this, have the remote in my hand. Oh yeah, I thought about that too. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, he's the same guy. Oh, that's what those are for. I get it now. Okay. Yeah, no, as much as I'd love to do that, I'm gonna actually, like, if he brings up something that I either talked about at some point or had some idea of, either off stream or on stream, I kind of want to talk about like what my theory was and why. I'm not gonna get like too crazy and philosophical with it, but I just kind of am curious. how different things are from what I thought they are. Stop pausing, react, Andy. Shut the fuck up. Do you drink water straight from the tap or through a filter? I have a filter, like one of those dispenser ones that you put in the fridge. Thunderblade on master mode. I need to fight him again for the DLC is so hard. There's a DLC for Zelda? I'm guessing you're talking about Tears of the Kingdom, or are you talking about Breath of the Wild? I don't know who Thunderblade is. Alright. There's 2 for Breath of the Wild? What do you mean? There's 2 DLCs? I know that there was like add-ons. I didn't know that there were DLCs. Like, are they new areas and stuff, or are they just like, I knew that there was like, there's the like motorcycle and like the horse saddle stuff where you can summon the horse. I know that those were a thing. No video. Oh, right, you're right. Actually, why? Also, subs on or off? I'm thinking maybe on just for pronunciation reasons, or like, not that I can't understand him, but like maybe he'll say words that I don't know what he's saying. First one is the Trial of the Sword and the DLC armor. Upgraded Master Sword. The second one is the motorcycle. Oh, okay, is Trial of the Sword? Okay, I think I know those. I just played it like the whatever version I had, and it just has everything, I guess. Why is there no desktop audio? Oh, right. There we go. Okay. I think the volume's good too. Let me actually put a... Let me fix... Oh, hang on. Give me 1 second here. I just need to make sure it's not going to be too loud. No, actually it doesn't matter because I'm going to be pausing when I'm talking.
I'm willing to bet that as soon as you entered this place, you knew that we were going to get some answers in the shadow of the Erdtree. And we have. There are satisfying revelations regarding Queen Marika, and Mikola, and the Omen, and dragons, and the gods. We even now know what Melania whispered to Radahn in this scene.
Do we?
Before her scarlet flower
That's actually
bloomed
awesome.
in Caelid. This video will only scratch the surface. It's just an overview, a teaser of new revelations, and the foreshadowing of a deeper analysis to come. So let's get into it, and this time, let's begin at the end.
Cool, that actually works out. We were just
After
there.
you defeat the final boss, promised consort Radahn, on your 400th attempt, you can read
real.
the remembrance of a god and a lord, which states, in their childhood, Mikola saw in
Actually, hang
Radahn
on. I want to see, can I move the subtitles? Subtitles. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Damn, there's a lot of options, huh? Let's go. Is there a position? I can change the size. I just want them to be smaller because it's blocking some of the stuff on the screen, and I kind of want to read those too. Character edge style? What does that mean? Drag the subtitle box around. Oh my god, what? Damn. I actually didn't know they had all that. It's great. I don't usually use subtitles on YouTube. Actually, I try not to use subtitles just in general because I have this weird thing where if there's subtitles on the screen, I'm reading the subtitles, not watching the video, no matter what's happening. Even if it's very crystal clear audio, I can understand everything. I just sit there and I'm watching a movie for 2 hours, and I'm like, I just read a book. I didn't watch a movie.
a lord, his strength and his kindness that stood in stark contrast with their afflicted selves. The cutscene that plays here is a memory.
It's a memory, okay. Sim's sitting on his
I'm going to be a god.
chair, like in front of the Erdtree.
If we honor our part of the vow, promise me you'll be my consort.
Yeah, I don't know how I didn't know about the subtitle thing. Like I said, I just don't use them, but
I'll make
And so Mikola made his heartfelt wish that Radahn would one day be his king consort. Now, this ending and the reappearance of Radahn has received a lot of early criticism, but I think this encounter does go a lot deeper than some people are giving it credit for. For example, we're hearing about Mikola's side of the vow in this scene and about what Mikola wants, but what about Radahn? What was his part of the vow? What did he
Yeah, what if
want?
he just wanted to die?
There is evidence of Radahn being kind, sure, but this is also a man who celebrates war. Did he truly share Mikola's vision for an age of compassion? And if he wanted to be with Mikola, why did he fight so vehemently against his death in the lands between that would have brought his soul to the realm of shadow with Mikola? But the most chilling thing about this story, I think, is that even if Radahn did want to become Mikola's lord, and I can see that side of the argument too, to be fair, but
Or
even if he
playing
did
my
want
right
that,
ear and streaming the left
do
ear. Yeah, dude, that
Radahn's
would drive me
wants
crazy.
even matter
It's like full schizo
in the
mode.
face of Mikola the Kind? As we speculated long ago, from items like the bewitching branch, Mikola has the power of enchantment over others. He has the power to steal hearts. Literally, if you are embraced by him twice
Yeah, it's
in the
bullshit.
final fight, your heart is stolen, and it's like a part of you dies.
Lord of the Old Order, let us go together.
This effect can also be seen in Mikola's faithful band, who overcome their differences and shortcomings to fight for Mikola's
That's a lot more
cause
than I thought there was.
until Mikola's enchantment is broken, and they turn at each other's throats. And what makes
Oh, right, 'cause
Mikola
they're
a
fighting each other in that
fascinating
last fight.
character is that he isn't manipulating others for selfish reasons. His cause
You
actually
really can't
is
just run out of that.
righteous. When he wields love as a weapon, he does it genuinely to make the world a better place, without any intent to cause harm. However, such acts are still oppressive. If your want is taken away, what is left of you that remains? Perhaps the saddest example of this is Mohg, who, as we speculated, was indeed under Mikola's spell.
Once, in an attempt to free Lord Mohg from his enchantment, I challenged tender Mikola, only to have my own heart rather artfully stolen. I knew not how weak I was. I believed that with sufficient mastery, even an Empyrean would be within reach of my blade.
I had very
I could
little to
not have been
say
more
about
mistaken.
or thoughts about Mikola in general and like his lore. There was a little bit that was like leaked here and there. I thought at one point maybe Mikola was Mesmer, and then I thought that there was like the Saint Tree and stuff. There's a couple things that were going on kind of behind the scenes, but I didn't read. There wasn't a whole lot of it. So this first part of the video, when he's talking about just Mikola, I don't really have anything to say about it. I didn't really have that many theories.
Mikola the Kind is a monster, pure and radiant. He wields love to shrive clean the hearts of men. There is nothing more terrifying.
In the specimen storehouse, you can find the secret rite scroll, which
think I
details
found
the
this.
secret rite by which
Yeah, I did.
Mikola will ascend
Little
to
blunt.
godhood. It reads, "A lord will usher in a god's return, and the lord's soul will require a vessel." Ansbach reveals Mikola's plans in full.
After Lord Mohg's slaying at his dynastic palace, it appears his body has been absconded with and taken straight to kind
right.
Mikola.
Oh yeah,
As
what
if
happened to his
using
body?
Lord Mohg to gain entrance to the land of shadow were not enough, he plans to use his corpse as the vessel of his king consort.
Oh, what?
He has forsaken Lord
He put Radahn
Mohg's soul.
into Mohg?
He desires only his empty shell.
Oh, that's why he's wearing his
In your fight
clothes,
with
huh?
Radahn, you might have noticed the horns sprouting from his gauntlets and
Fuck.
his tendency to perform blood flame attacks.
That's
This
bizarre.
is because Radahn occupies Mohg's body, fulfilling the terms of the secret rite at the Gate of Divinity, where Mikola will become a god. So, in retrospect, Mohg was under Mikola's spell all along and became obsessed with Mikola, believing that they would ascend together as Lord and God. But Mikola had plans for Mohg, not just as a corpse to pull into the realm of shadow as a vessel for Radahn's soul, But as Ansbach reveals, Moog was also used as a means for Mikola to enter
Oh, I guess he's not
the
wearing
realm of
Moog's
Shadow
clothes, just
in the first place.
similar.
A while back, I speculated that the realm of Shadow was a sort of death dimension, and that Mikola's sacrilegious death at the hands of Moog might have been intended.
So there's another conflicting piece of lore about death. I don't know if it's maybe just older than the Shadow, because it seems like America created the realm of Shadow by like taking a chunk out of the lands between and putting it in Shadow, like putting it under her veil. That's what that big thing is that's draped over the top. I think at least. And there's references only, or actually there's one reference to a place called a Helfen, that is where people go when they die. And there's the Helfen tree or Helfen steeple or something. There's some sort of tree-like entity in that place. And I thought that's what the Land of Shadow was going to be, with the Shadow Tree being that tree. But there's no other references at all, at least that I could find or that I've seen in the DLC. And also the light, the like grace in quotes of the Helfen tree is supposed to be red instead of gold. I don't know. Again, maybe it's older. Maybe that's like Crucible age stuff. But I don't know. I was kind of disappointed to see that there wasn't any reference to that. They just cut Florida off and made it a DLC.
So that Mikola could enter the realm of Shadow, and
it is a similar shape, kind of.
Surprisingly, those speculations were proven correct as well. Ansbach confirms that Moog enabled Mikola to enter.
Vaguely phallic.
And the Tower of Suppression makes it clear that all manners of death wash up in the realm of Shadow, which lies at the very center of the lands between. Incidentally, Radahn's return also answers one of the biggest mysteries of Elden Ring, which was what Melania whispered.
I didn't even know
Radahn
that she whispered something to him. I thought she was just
blossom
in
at the end of
pain.
their fight. According to the young lion's helm, she
You need to beat Mog's arm and rock, paper, scissors to get the realm of Shadow. That's funny. I think it's Mikola's arm, though, in the cocoon, they're hanging out.
She whispered, "Mikola awaits thee, O promised consort." And so Melania's
Mikola's
southward
old
march
body.
to Caelid is finally explained as well.
Wait, hang on, I missed that.
Melania's at the end of their fight. According to the young lion's helm, she whispered, "Mikola awaits thee, O promised consort."
Huh.
And so Melania's southward march to Caelid is finally explained as well. She was there to kill Radahn so that his soul could be taken to the realm of Shadow and the vow could be upheld.
Interesting.
At any cost. Once transported to the realm of Shadow, Mikola set off for the tower. And as his great rune says, on the way he abandoned everything. His golden flesh, his blinding strength, even his fate. All in this attempt to bury the original sin, to embrace the whole of it and be reborn.
I wonder what the original
as a
sin
new
was.
God.
Mikola has said as much himself. He wishes now to throw it all away. He says the act, though undoubtedly painful, will sear clean
Richardson was being
Erdtree's
gay.
wanton sin. The
They
truth
lock
of his
me
claim
up.
can be found at each cross. It is evidence enough to earn my belief.
But what was the Erdtree's sin that Mikola died and was reborn for?
Oh,
well,
he's going to talk
now
about
we've
it. Cool.
talked about the end. This brings us to the beginning.
Mikola the Kind spoke of the beginning. The seduction and the betrayal.
What am I seeing?
An affair from which gold arose.
Where was this cutscene?
And so too was Shadow born.
These words come from Leda, and while she never says them in-game, they're pretty damn important, because with Marika in the footage,
Oh, is it in the
it's clear that
trailer?
this was her seduction and her betrayal. That was the affair from which gold arose and Shadow was born. The same music that played in that moment also plays here, in the village where it all began.
Actually, hang on. I want to watch the trailer. I never actually watched this. I watched like 30 seconds of it, and then I saw the dancing lion, and I was like, no, I'm out.
Pure and radiant, he wields love to shrive clean.
This is the like
hearts of men.
spider eye guy talking, I think.
There is nothing more terrifying.
I wonder whose pelvis that is. It's huge. I mean, probably a giant, but like, I wonder if there's any significance. Probably not, but... God, the world of this DLC was so cool. Like, the map is just so... It was just awesome. The design of it was great.
Blood must spill. Blood of your fellows. The Erdtree faithful.
Ganondorfig asked me, did you ever beat the Elden Ring? DLC Shadow of the Erdtree with your Ford F-150. Oh sure, I just hopped in my trusty Ford F-150 and plowed through the Elden Ring DLC like it was a Sunday drive. Who needs precision and skill when you've got a truck that can run over any problem? But seriously, if you're choosing the final boss in Elden Ring,
God damn it, it
maybe
always
it's time
talks
to
about
reconsider
that.
your life choices.
Okay,
But hey,
fuck you, buddy.
Tough times call for tough trucks. Build Ford tough.
That was such a call out. Oh my god.
They were never saints. They just happened to be on the losing side of a war.
Oh my god, I've never been grabbed by one of those before like that. That's crazy. Yeah, I saw this part and then I noped out. Because like that's such a cool boss design. I was sad that I got spoiled on it, but at least it was the first boss in the game, or at least the first one that I fought.
Mother.
Oh, here's Armstrong. I didn't realize this is like Lanky Kong.
Sanction in one so bereft of light.
What weapon was that? It was like throwing knives, but it was so fast.
I presume you, too, are keen to know.
Oh, I didn't realize you could get that weapon. Oh no, I guess you get it from him killing him, I think. I just never thought about the fact that it would have that attack. That hippo doesn't have that attack. That's weird.
Of the race of gold shadow meet death.
It does it in the castle, but not down there.
Of restless flame.
Come now. Touch the withered arm and travel to the realm of shadow. I will not be far behind. May we meet again.
Where's the America part? Where did that animation in Vati's video come from? I don't understand. She says that she doesn't say it in the game. She says it somewhere else. Oh, story trailer maybe.
Peggy 16.
Well, I'm still glad I watched that one. Should react Andy tonight. Just fine. I don't think I've ever done that before.
Spoke of
Kind of fun.
Beginning.
Very easy content. There we go.
The seduction and the betrayal.
So much flesh. Oh, that's why there's all the dead bodies there. I mean, not why, but these are the same ones, I think. I'm not caught up, so I have no clue what Mesmer has anything to do with anything. He doesn't really. I think the reason that the Realm of Shadow was created is because of Mesmer. Because he was an affront to the Golden Order for some reason. I think because his like the power associated with him was fire, and that's antithetical to the Golden Order. Or something like that. I don't know.
And so too was Shadow born. What followed was a war unseen.
Jesus. Actually seeing those like in an army is terrifying.
One that could never be put to song. A purge without grace or honor.
Is that Bellerad or Lane Dell?
Tyranny of Mesmer's flame.
So Mesmer is the one that burned down the Erdtree the first time for sure. I'm like 99.9% sure about that. Also interesting that the divine beasts were still around. Actually, that's weird. The divine beasts were still around when Mesmer was there. This must have been like really early on in the Golden Order, maybe? Because the divine beasts are from the Crucible, who the Golden Order at some point wiped out pretty much everything that was Crucible related. Damn, that's a crazy image. Well, I guess that wasn't a divine beast, that was a dancing lion, but still, it's still Crucible related. I want to know where the Shadow Tree came from, though. Was it there already
and
before?
So kindly Miquella would abandon everything.
Well, these shots are so cool. They're like rendered out of the outside of engine, I think, or they're just like very, very well rendered.
Strength.
It's really cool seeing those areas like that.
Even his fate.
Dude, who would watch this before the game? It seems like it's just full of spoilers.
We choose to follow. Will you walk with us?
Okay. I think that's it. Yeah. Okay, now we can get back to the lore. Choose? Yeah. Choose in quotes.
Village to the northeast. At its center is this, a minor
This is something I'm most interested in. I'm obviously it is a minor Erdtree, but I don't like it has to have some sort of significance because it's special. It's not like any of the other minor Erdtrees.
Which reveals that this was Marika's home, which
Knew
she
about
one
that.
day bathed in gold. So Marika's home was a shaman village. The implication clearly being that she herself was a shaman. This was likely a matriarchal society of other Nuban women, though
And this is the
that's
death of the
perhaps
Erdtree Mesmer
speculation
burned?
better left for another video. Put simply though,
Maybe.
a shaman is defined
Because no, he
as someone
burned the one that is in Landell. I don't know, like this isn't super well-known lore, but the big golden tree you can see is not a physical tree. It is a like religious manifestation. It's an icon. It's not real. It's not actually there. It was already burned down. That's why Landell's covered in ash before you even burn down the tree the second time. And then there's like a huge shard, like a burnt shard sticking out. That's what the door is embedded in when you beat Morgott and can interact with all that. The tree's been burned down at least once. It's probably only once, but only certain people can see the tree. That's why everyone is talking about like, oh, you can see the grace. Like there's a couple different lines that talk about, oh, you can see it. You're lucky because you can see like the tree, basically. I mean, that's a very simplified way to say it, but it is essentially what people are saying. Being able to see grace, like the guiding grace or whatever, also means you can see the tree. It means that you believe in the Golden Order still. So essentially, your character has been pigeonholed, or you've been pigeonholed into playing a character that is devout to the Golden Order. That's why you have to go restore it and become Elden Lord. You can obviously change that. There's a couple different endings you can do that don't restore the Golden Order, but they still, you have to kind of be like gaslit into choosing those ones as a player. I mean, that's again poor terminology, but you have to be convinced. You have to be propagandized into it. Middle of the tortellini and ate a kilogram of chicken garlic torts. Nice.
influence in matters of the spirit. Their spirituality is what's valued here, and it's on this point that this story takes a bit of a dark turn, for the message at the hidden entrance actually reads, "Have mercy for the spirited away shamans." Adjacent to this message is the statue that moves aside at the sign of the "O Mother" gesture in Mesmer's Shadow
I don't know
Keep.
how you're supposed to figure that out.
This emote is a clue to the truth, and it actually leads us all the way down here to where the "O Mother" gesture can be found. This dire place is called Bonnie Village.
Remember this,
and
yeah.
The phantom at the whipping hut
This place actually sucks.
elaborates on just who the shamans were, or rather, the value they had. He states, "For pity's sake, your place is in the jar. nigh sainthood itself awaits you within. For shamans like you, this is your lot. Life were you accorded for this alone.
Do they make
so
the
the
pots?
shamans, in the words of their abusers at least, were accorded life for a singular purpose, and that was to be stuffed inside of
Jesus
jars
Christ.
with others. A nearby whip,
There's that many
bestrewn with
shamans, though?
rotting,
There's like millions of them
misshapen
that are
teeth,
dead.
elaborates on how and why it was used on the shamans. For one, it states that the pain it inflicts was used to encourage their obedience, but additionally, it says that as their wounds ripen, they grow inflamed and ooze pus.
Ew,
and
Jesus.
The flesh of shamans was
So
said to
gross.
meld harmoniously with others. So it is that the shamans stuffed into jars become this living amalgam of beings, presumably with the flayed shaman herself at the fore.
So what I don't understand is, this seems to all be going on under America's reign. Wouldn't she not want this happening? Or is this just something that she can't stop for some reason? She's like a god, right? And like her people are being oppressed and turned into meat? I just don't get it.
So now we know what happened to the shamans. They were whipped into submission and forced inside of jars. We know a little bit of why as well. Apparently it was done so that they could become saints. But the next question I want to answer is who? Who did this to them? Well, it was the
I guess the Golden Order, maybe they weren't in charge as holy as I thought.
Reveals that it was a ritual implement of the greater potentates of Bonny Village, which is this very village where we just discussed the evidence of the shaman's abuse. It goes on to state that the mask was used to ward off thoughts of impurity, doubt, temptation, and other wickednesses one is vulnerable to while absorbed in divine ritual. And man, if you need to ward off
get a little
thoughts
brain
of
rot
doubt
here.
and wickedness while you're stuffing flayed people inside of jars, maybe what you're doing is just straight up wrong. I'm starting to understand why Marika purged.
God, it's such a cool scene.
It's as Letta says.
They were never saints. They just happened to be on the losing side of a war.
Put on my phone and I'm going to try to replug my graphics card. That's crazy. Good luck. I hope
But if this mask
you
wasn't
fix
proof
whatever's going
enough
on.
of the Hornsent being responsible, look at Ballarat Jail. It's below Ballarat itself, which was the settlement of the Hornsent, and to this day the innards and the shamans remain, with the shamans offering their prayers to the innards of the great jars, such that they might be reborn one day into sainthood.
Wait, so the shamans
But
want
what is
this?
sainthood? Well, it's never explained directly. I do have some ideas, but they might have to wait for another video.
Second monitor
What
stop
we do
detecting
know is that
shit.
the Hornsent were obsessed with invoking divinity, and forcing the shamans to achieve sainthood was likely one facet of that. So, it's the Hornsent.
Oh, it's the Hornsent one of the
we need to
shamans. I get it.
discuss next. The Hornsent are an extremely ritualistic people, with swaths of their culture devoted to spiritual research and invoking the divine. And one of the most sacred things to them is the crucible, which they have to thank for their tangled horns, which are considered an evolutionary gift. If you didn't know, the crucible has been long established as this primordial form of the Erdtree, a blending of life that became the Erdtree's primal vital energies, and apparently it originated in the place that became the Realm of Shadow. This becomes quite clear thanks to Devonia, who is the longest serving of the Crucible
I didn't know
Knights.
that that's
According to her
where
helmet,
it
she quested
began.
in search of the Crucible's
When there's
origin
lots of Crucible
and
stuff here, I
departed from
thought
the
it
land of
just
the Erd-
wasn't. I thought that it wasn't persecuted as much because it's in the land of shadow. They just didn't like care as much because it can't leave. I think.
Tree alone. Another item we can find that's a clue for the Crucible is Spira, an incantation for a spiral of light. The spiral, it says, is a normalized Crucible current that, one day, will form a column that stretches to the gods. Maybe it's no coincidence that the White Tower of Ballarat is a
Interesting.
spiral, nor that it culminates in a divine gateway that is a column of the dead stretching to the gods. There's also trees that include the dead.
Oh,
but
weird.
I digress, I'm getting off topic. Back to Marika, because at some point it seems Marika rose to prominence within or adjacent to this Hornsent culture. We can kind of infer this because Hornsent refer to Marika's eventual purge as a betrayal, and something can only really be a betrayal if you were aligned with them in the first place, right? So the Hornsent were aware of Marika, and likely her Erdtree as well.
How would they
before
not
what they
know?
call the betrayal. But how? How did Marika rise to such power in their homeland where she was presumably a shaman, one of those subjugated? Well, before there was this betrayal, there was a seduction from which gold arose, and I think the fingers had a hand in it.
I gotta know about the fingers. Please talk about the fingers.
I fear that you have borne witness to the whole of it. The conceits, the hypocrisy of the world built upon the Erdtree. The follies of men. Their bitter suffering. Is there no
I hear about the big fingers exactly. I need to know. That's like the main thing I want to know.
There never was any hope. They were each of them defective, unhinged from the start. Marika herself, and the fingers that guided her. And this is what troubles me. No matter our efforts, if the roots are rotten...
So what the fuck are those? I know that they're like coral, but
Ymir
why?
is the high priest of Manus Meta, a cathedral of the hand to the east. Once he instructed Relana herself in the sorceress arts, but eventually he would come to abandon this allegiance to the moon, stating that the moon was merely the closest of the celestial bodies, and nothing more.
I am a glintstone sorcerer. We study the stars and examine the life therein. Are you familiar with our findings? Long ago, we began as stardust, born of a great rupture far across the skies.
It's really pretty,
We
like the water effect.
are children of the greater will. Is that not divine?
It's comfy to just lay down
Is that
in.
not sublime? And yet, none can fathom its implications. Its utter brilliance.
In the ruins of this land, and beneath Manus Meta itself, are the echoes of that greater truth that Ymir glimpsed. This is Meta herself, the mother of fingers. Her remembrance reads, "The mother of all two fingers and finger creepers was in turn a magnificently gleaming daughter of the greater will, and the first shooting star to fall upon the lands between." You might recall the Elden Ring and the Elden Beast made landfall in the lands between upon a star as
Right,
well.
I mentioned that. So
Meta
I was talking about how I thought that the Fell God was the first star to fall, but apparently not. Apparently it's this thing. I don't know how that falls in line with everything else that's going on, but they understand. Like it kind of explains the finger thing, but I don't know why. Why would it be in the shape of hands and fingers? I don't know. I don't know if that's explained or not, but let's see.
So it was that this mother birthed the fingers, communing with and receiving signs from the greater will, who occupied the great beyond. But at some point, Meta became broken, abandoned, and no sign has come through ever since.
Do you recall what I said? That Marika and the fingers that guided her were unsound from the start? Well, the truth lies deeper still. It is their mother who is damaged.
Oh, I never saw that part of their stomach. It's gross.
Unripe children. Victims in their own right.
It's not clear when Meta was broken, abandoned, but I assume it was before Marika started taking the guidance of the fingers, since Ymir states that the fingers were unsound from the start. Thus, the Greater Will's guidance is outdated at the very least, and has been for all of Marika's reign.
It's actually kind of a huge revelation.
Incidentally, Lysistrix was also Elden Lord before Marika, and he was abandoned by his god as well, so maybe things became broken around that time.
Why doesn't there sound like a therapeutic... Wait, sounds so therapeutic, like holy moly. Yeah, it's great. I mean, I haven't sped up too, but in regular speed is even better.
At any rate, abandonment by the greater will or no, Marika took up the power of the Elden Ring.
That sounds too slow now without 1.5 times speed.
For reasons, and the abandoned fingers spread the glory of the greater will through her, and she through them. Another important item on this topic is the ancient seed talismans that can be found, which depict the two fingers around an Erdtree seed. They had a hand in the birth of the Erdtree.
I wonder if he's going to mention there's like those like sphere, like those broken open like jawbreaker things around the finger statues everywhere. I wonder if he's going to mention those. I really want to know what those are, or even just a glimpse of what they could be.
The will is gone. The fingers
spider finger looking ass. Yeah, they are pretty much.
Guidance. This is something that many characters suspected, but most characters in Elden Ring assumed that this happened around the time the Elden Ring was shattered. It's a revelation that the fingers have been broken for a really long time, and so the Tarnished too is alone, following this guidance of grace that now likely only belongs to Marika herself, if anyone. And Marika might have played friendly with the Hornsent for a time, but eventually she had what was surely vengeance. When the Hornsent were purged, subjugated, and betrayed, the realm of shadow became this disconnected domain of death, and the shadow tree that looms high became the realm's symbol of abandonment, not grace, Before she left, Marika bathed the village.
So it's just like a big middle finger, fuck you.
A small illusory tree that restores the health of those nearby.
Oh, really?
She did this knowing full well that there was
but
no
it heals
left
you.
to heal. Then she left, never to return. Not even for her
Okay.
son.
What's
She
the
left
point?
behind
Kind of a
to
dick move.
endlessly enact her subjugation of the realm of shadow. So, next, let's talk about Messmer, the Impaler. As anticipated, Messmer is entirely loyal to his mother, who is Queen Marika. His armor reveals that, on his mother's wishes, Messmer made himself a symbol of fear, undertaking the cleansing crusade she desired.
Wait,
And
she
in
wanted
end,
the
all those
crusade? Wasn't the
stripped
crusade
grace of
against
gold
her?
would perish.
Oh, was the crusade? Okay, I'm realizing now. The crusade. Okay, I was completely off base. The crusade, Mesmer's crusade, was against the Horn Scent, not against the Golden Order. So maybe he didn't burn down the Erdtree, but then who did? Maybe what's his name? Rykard, possibly.
Of Messmer's flame.
To this end, he had his Black Knights, Fire Knights, and common infantry, not to mention the Carrion forces who followed R'hllana into war on Messmer's behalf. So it was that the Hornsent were purged.
I would love a timeline of everything. I think that would help a
Phantom
lot.
at Castle Ensis bemoans, O Marika, I beg, embrace your child, and give us a sign. How long must this holy war stretch on? But Marika never returned, testing their faith. One Phantom even raises the possibility
Testing
that
their faith is
Messmer
generous. I think she just kind of forgot about them and didn't give a shit.
himself has been abandoned, and he has. The final straw for him is when you, a tarnished who would become Elden Lord, arrives at his doorstep.
I will not suffer. Our Lord, devoid of light.
I just realized he also has like the red Radagon hair.
No, Mother. Forgive me.
Oh, I forgot that he fucking takes his eye out. It's so gnarly. His eye is in the shape of Marika. I don't know. I didn't notice that before. It's got the little like crucifix shaped thing going on. He's literally just crushing this to get like extra runes so he can level up. This cutscene was actually pretty sick. The way that they show what's going on with the shadow is really, really cool.
Soon tarnished.
We could try again. I don't know about that.
Wilt thou be taken in the jaws of the abyssal serpent, shorn of light?
It definitely looks like he still has like a
Like his
eyeball there, but
siblings,
it's like
Messmer
black.
was born cursed. In fact, the game likens his curse to Melanus, who is heavily implied to be his younger sister. Messmer, too, it is said, bore a vision of fire. We learn this from the item Messmer's Kindling, which describes the fire that endlessly burns within him, a dark
It's good seeing someone
eaten
fight
away
that
at by a
legitimately.
wicked serpent. His remembrance elaborates on this serpent, stating, a malevolent snake writhed within Messmer, and so his very mother plucked out his eye and put in its place a
Maybe Rykard was inspired by Mesmer. Maybe he wanted to be like him because he like looked up to him or something. Maybe that's why he let the snake eat him and become like a weird snake god thing.
seal of grace. So I was wrong about this eye. It wasn't the slitted eye of dragon communion. Instead, it was Marika's seal of grace, holding back something terrible. The description continues to state that even with this seal in place, Marika's fear compelled her to secret away her child within the realm of shadow, hidden away, keeping company with the original.
He was like
sin,
a governor for his
a hatred
powers.
that would not be confined. There's so much more to say about this space serpent and the dark fire. There's so much more to say about Messmer. We even learn from Gaius's remembrance that Messmer was an older brother to Radahn, meaning Messmer's birth, and thus the birth of Melina as well, likely would have arrived much earlier in the timeline. And
show us the timeline though. I want to see it so bad.
Messmer's knights as well, some of whom were loyal, some who were disloyal, and some of whom occupied this space of reluctance in between. But those stories are better off in other videos. In the interest of moving on, there is one last thing I want to talk about with Messmer, and it's that in the cut dialogue, Messmer notes that Miquella has spoken of us to him, and indeed we do know that Miquella did come through this.
I didn't even know
shadow
Miquella
keep,
knew about us.
divesting himself at the crosses all the while, which brings us to our next topic, Saint Trina. Each cross of Miquella is a piece of himself, marked with his great rune, arms, an eye, flesh, but there's a couple of crosses in particular that I remember as a part of what was an extremely chilling moment.
Yeah,
As you
when he
progress
abandoned
along
his
the coast
love, that freaked me out a
towards
little
the
bit.
fissure, you notice that Miquella has divested himself of his doubt and vacillation. Without these things, he was free, it seems, to abandon.
Which, how do you abandon your
something
love, but also make somebody fall in love with you at the end in the boss fight? I don't get that.
very dear.
Unplugged and replaced the PCI cables and no second monitors detected. Damn. Did you check? I mean, this sounds obvious, but did you check the cable going into your monitor? Make sure, maybe try a different port on there on the monitor, or maybe like change channels or inputs or something.
To him, and inside the fissure, at what is perhaps the deepest part of the land in the realm of shadow, we realize that Miquella has actually divested himself of his love. A phantom says,
Cable's good. You check? Did you like already try the cable somewhere else before, or like switch cables or something just to make sure? Cross what you mean? It's a goddamn cutlass. Kind of is.
Kindly Miquella, I see you've thrown away something you should not have, under any circumstances. How will you salvation offer to those who cannot be saved, when you could not even save your other self?
Whatever monitor I plug into, that port goes out. Huh. Is it HDMI or DisplayPort? Doing like tech
His
support
other self,
on stream.
His love, his fate, was Saint Trina. So to
HDMI.
Miquella, who was
Do
one
you
of our
have
kin,
DisplayPort or
having a
something else that
second
you could try to
self
use?
is nothing new, really. We've now even learned from the shamans that their flesh melds harmoniously with others, after all. Actually, the fact that
Don't worry
Saint Trina
about it.
was able to be discarded might even
I
suggest
just, my
that
mind just
Radica
always,
could have
I
become divested
being in
from
IT
Marika in a similar
for so
way.
long, I can't
But
not think about
Miquella's
stuff like
other
that.
half was truly special, and she was renowned for granting peaceful sleep to many in the lands between, which I imagine would have been very much appreciated in this land that's filled with the weary undead. So Saint Trina naturally had many followers, and perhaps at the fore was Tiolier, whose obsession with Saint Trina returns almost immediately when Miquella's enchantment finally breaks.
I'm feeling rather lost, haunted by memories of St. Trina.
I think he also pronounced it wrong. I used to pronounce it Tiolier too, but someone called him Thiolier.
Would kindly Miquella chasten me for falling for St. Trina, while knowing that she was the discarded half? The problem is, I simply cannot help it. I would sacrifice everything just to gaze upon her one last time.
I think this guy's just sleepy.
Saint
He wants to
Trina is
just.
low,
He's like, I
defended
want
by a
melatonin.
putrescent knight
Give me
who
Advil
is basically
and melatonin
tainted flesh once given
and
eternal rest that now
whatever the
serves Saint
other
Trina.
fucking like
Die enough
Lunesta.
times
We
to
when we
Saint
sleep.
Trina's nectar, and you will hear her words.
Make Miquella stop. Don't turn the poor thing into a god. Godhood would be Miquella's prison. A cage.
Yeah, but if he's willing to imprison himself to give everybody like a good reality, isn't that noble? Like, I don't understand.
Grant him forgiveness.
All of this makes you realize that if godhood really would be Miquella's cage, as Saint Trina believes, then it really might have been Marika's cage as well. It echoes what the Saw Seals suggested long ago, that solemn duty weighs upon the one beholden, not unlike a gnawing curse from which there is no deliverance. In the end, Marika's cage divinity is likely a part of why she shattered the Elden Ring. And so Miquella's divinity would surely come at a cost to him. He would essentially be sacrificing himself to bring about that gentle age in the name of everybody who would fall under his enchantment. And this enchantment is a tendency that Miquella regains when he returns in full force as a god, because once charmed by Miquella, a circlet of light
Is he a
adorns
god?
your head. And according to the description of the circlet of light, which you receive,
It seems too
after
easy to
Miquella's
kill for a
defeat,
god.
This enchanting circlet would have been the foundation of Miquella's Age of Compassion, not the Elden Ring. presumably, in his age, all would be charmed. But Miquella found one that would refuse to be embraced. You. No wonder, as one god and one
Again,
king
I didn't
consort
refuse.
is all
The
world
game made me
needs.
refuse.
And you're the chosen Elden Lord of a different age, whatever ending that may be for you. So, naturally, you would have refused to be embraced. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening to me.
All
even
right,
with my
well,
nasally.
I was actually gonna say earlier, he kind of sounds a little nasally, but I didn't want to, I don't know, gaslight myself into hearing that. Anything new here? Here's like a little ad, but like there's other gameplay footage, but that was not nearly as, it's not the type of video I was expecting, I guess. I was expecting it to be more like, oh, here's like 30 things that we learned, and just have like a list kind of rambling off, which, oh, this is brand new. Look at that. This one might be similar to that, but it's all right. All right. Well, thanks guys for hanging out. I'm glad we finally beat the game. I'm going to be live tomorrow with, I think I want to go back to Majora's Mask, finish that up. And then after that, I don't know if it's going to be, I don't think I can finish it tomorrow. Maybe Thursday, but either way, I'm going to be starting, what's it called? Resident Evil 4 after that. I'm going to probably just bang out 4, 5, and 6 just back to back, and then I will play something else in the meantime, and then eventually we'll get to 7. I know that one, that's the one I'm most excited for, 7 and 8, but they're way more like intense, and I just want to get a small break between finishing up the other 3 and jumping back into the franchise, I guess, after its own revival, because I've been told that like 5 and 6 really went downhill. It's not like bad, but it's very different. And then 7 is where it kind of has a rebirth. So, all right, I'll see you guys tomorrow.